Welcome back to another episode of Crypto Flip. This is episode 6, and I'm back with my co-hosts Deji and Ricardo. And today we're going to kick off with some crypto confessions. And the first one goes like this. I like to think I'm an intelligent person, but I've been in the space for over 2 years now, and all I've done is lose money. I understand what makes a project successful or what causes it to fail. Yeah, I have watched friends become DJ millionaires aping into dog-themed shitcoins. Whenever I've YOLO'd in, I've gotten wrecked. Starting to question if I'm wasting my time. What do you think, guys? Is he wasting his time, or is she wasting her time?
Of course, he's not wasting his time. This guy sounds like a new rookie, man. It sounds like this is his first crypto cycle or something. Like this happened to everyone. You either sometimes you obviously get lucky in this space, and then you ride the right coins, you ride it till, and then you exit just at the right time. But sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. So, in my opinion, if he's questioning himself, if he's an intelligent person, then yeah, there's something wrong with him. But personally, I think he's just a rookie, and then he's probably still learning the waters of crypto. So he probably, if he keeps going, he will survive. But if he quits now, he's gonna forever regret it.
It sounds like I hear what you're saying. It sounds like this Don is using comparison to dictate how his future should be. Like he's seen his friends turn into DJ millionaires. Yeah, but he doesn't know the struggle that his friends have gone through. He doesn't know what they've done.
Right.
Yeah. So for him to feel like, you know what, I see these guys are killing it. It's just like, just focus on your own thing. Like if it hasn't been working out, then change how you do it, you know? Yeah, don't give up. Because just don't be that guy.
Yeah, I definitely agree with everything you guys are saying. I think it's hard because you probably see people flexing on Instagram, new houses, new cars, living life, maybe traveling, whatever it is, and then you're there stuck at home. Maybe you're still at your family's house or whatever, and you're thinking, why? How have I been in this space too long, or this long, and things haven't worked out for me? You probably start questioning yourself. So I can see how it can happen, but if that's the case, I would say get off of social media. Number one. Number two. Be present in the bear market, because the bear market is where you're going to make the biggest returns. So don't just be there when everything's pumping, because when everything's pumping, you can still make money, but it's harder to make money.
Thank you.
It's a lot harder to make money, actually.
Preach, Aris, preach.
Yeah, because like in a bear market, if you invest in, even if you invest in a bad project, and I'm not advocating that you do, this is obviously not financial advice, but what's the saying? A tide rises all boats. So yeah, you're more likely to profit, even if it's, say, disproportionate to Bitcoin, or other, or let's say Ethereum. You're still likely to get some sort of return. But if you're investing when everything's already pumping, there's no guarantee either way. Not that it's a guarantee if you do it that way, but it's just a bit more likely. So yeah, that would be my advice to the guy.
I agree with you. One more thing though. You mentioned social media, and to like stop watching the people on social media. Most of social media is cap anyway.
Thank you.
Social media is just cap. Sorry, people are putting out, oh yeah, I'm a crypto millionaire, and then
of course.
This.
Bro, show me your wallet, show me your account balance. You're really about that.
Show me your Coinbase account or your hard wallet. Show me a picture of your ledger. Put that up. Have you not seen that Rick Ross video?
Which one?
He's in his mansion. He's like, crypto boys, where's your money at? You get me?
I think I've seen that one. I think I've seen that.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Awesome. Let's move on to the next one. I sent my last $15,000 to a supposedly well-trusted friend who lost his savings in the FTX collapse as a means of getting both of us back on our feet. Within a week, he claimed to have lost it, all shorting Pepe, and now he refused to return my pain. Now he refuses to return my messages or calls. I don't even know if he really lost that money or if he just pocketed it and lied. Wow.
I jump on this one, Eric. I'm not gonna lie to you. You pocketed that money, man. I refuse to believe you start 15. You lost 15K short in Pepe. And why would you try to short Pepe anyway? Like why? Anyway, it's not his friend's fault that collected 15K. It's the guy that loaned or even gave his friend his last 15 racks. Why would you do that? Why?
Well, he lost his life savings, so maybe he thought, you know what, this is a way for me to try and get back what I lost in FTX, and maybe
bro, like it's like people don't learn from the mistake. You just got wrecked. Whatever your previous investment was, you just got wrecked. Now you're gonna be like, cool, all in. I'm gonna get a mortgage. I'm gonna remortgage my house. Give them my last penny. I'm gonna go all in. Give it to my friend to help me trade, bro. That's not fry pan to fire, man. I'm not surprised he's not returning your call. That money is gone, man. I'm sorry. That money it's lost in the blockchain. It's gone.
I have a different take on this, Don. I reckon he truly lost the money, and he's too embarrassed to jump on the phone with his brethren and say, "Listen, I lost your last 15 racks." But to be honest, it's his fault. How can you give someone your last money and like
Thank you.
cross your fingers and wish on your lucky stars that they're gonna come back to you with what? Like, what were you expecting? A 10x? Like he was gonna give you back 150 grand? Get out there, man.
But we don't know what
expectations.
But yeah, you're right. You're right. We don't know what the friend said to convince him to
Through that.
To wait. One last thing, guys. People need to stop thinking in any market. I don't care if it's stocks. I don't care if it's forex. I don't care if it's crypto. Money don't grow on trees. People don't just give you a 10x investment back and it's just, oh yeah, well boys. People just don't do that. They just don't do that. Like if there's someone out there saying, oh yeah, I have this forex strategy, give me 15K, I'll give you 100. Bro, that's a lie, bro. He's just trying to take your money. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Can't disagree with that. Yeah, I definitely think he's embarrassed because he lost it.
Yeah,
it should be. It should not be short in Pepe. Why would you short Pepe? Why?
It's a risky strategy. But yeah, I think it was more of an embarrassment thing. But it's an expensive lesson, and you know, it's you pay 15 grand to find out who your true friends were, and obviously.
Lesson, bro. That's an expensive lesson, man.
It's an expensive lesson, and it sounds ruthless, but it is what it is. Now you have to grind harder to make back the 15K that you obviously lent to him and the money that you lost in FTX. You've gone back down to zero, but a lot of people have in this market, so you're not alone. You just have to work twice as hard.
That's facts right there. Facts.
You just have to work twice as hard, which is a shame, but it is what it is, as they say. So let's move on to the last one. 2 years ago, I took loans to buy microcap projects and ended up in debt consolidation. Today, the project still doesn't have a working product and I'm down 98%. My friends are all happily getting married and I can only stay single because of this debt, which will take me 5 years to pay off. Wow.
Rick, you want to go for this one?
So my man took loans out.
Bro. Emphasis on loans, not loans.
My man took loans, plural, out and said, I know, I'm going to flip this on crypto. Yeah, once again, I don't know. It just goes back to risk management. This Don had no real risk management. And obviously, he invested money that he or she couldn't afford to invest. They decided to just go aping on some crazy shit. And once again, like feeling salty about your life decisions. Like if it worked out well, you wouldn't have been looking at your friends saying, "Oh man, they're getting married and blah blah blah." Like you're now just living through this what sounds like trauma because you just made some bad moves. But ultimately, I don't know. You spent more money than you could have when you're doing that investment. It sounds like they just had a bad run. But I mean, I wouldn't say they should get out of the market. It's just something you have to learn, isn't it? Another expensive lesson.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is not a she, it's a he. This is definitely a he. It's a him, not a she. It's a him. It's a him. Nah. When I read this crypto confession earlier, I was just like, I almost fell off my chair. You took not loans, and then you lost it all, bro. I have nothing to say to this guy, man. He dug his grave, and now he's just got to lie in it and just trying to get himself out of it. So pure gambling. pure gambling here, fam.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to take him 5 years to pay off, it must have been quite a substantial amount, unless it was like a manageable amount, and then obviously fees and all this other stuff.
Or maybe it's one of those high interest loan. Maybe it was a 64% APR, and then he's really
I
screwed.
took a Wonga loan. Oh my gosh.
It's possible. But yeah, 5 years is a long time. But I always try and think practically, but this one is a bit difficult. I think you have to take priorities at this point. You have to obviously pay off the loan.
Before getting married, don't get married now. While you're still
get married is on the back burner for you, my friend. But yeah, pay off the loans, then maybe you can enter crypto again. And if you do decide to do that, just obviously make sure that the money that you invest is not borrowed, because that can
your money. You know what I mean? And you're willing to part with it.
Yeah,
anyway.
definitely unwise. But yeah, that was the end of Crypto Confessions. Some really interesting ones there as usual. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this podcast. We are currently on YouTube and we'll be on other platforms very, very soon. And we appreciate all the likes and subscriptions, and we'll be reading comments very, very shortly and responding to all of them. So one thing that's been happening in the news lately, and unless you've been under a rock, you probably heard about it, is obviously the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, which has been running longer than we've all been alive. But one of the most recent developments there was obviously retaliation on some settlements within Palestine with some Israeli settlers. But I don't want to focus too much on the politics of it. But what I'm interested in is that there was a story regarding Binance. Now, Binance was instructed by the Israeli government to shut down wallets that it claims are linked to Hamas. And the Hamas, for those who don't know, are deemed by America and the UK as a terrorist organization, and obviously to the Palestinians, they are their only form of resistance because they have no army. So the question is, and obviously Binance went through with this request, so they effectively blocked them. So the question is, should a company like Binance be the judge, jury, and determiner of who gets access to crypto? Is this right? Is this moral? And I'll extrapolate the conversation after that, but I want to hear what the initial thoughts are from both of you.
I'll go. So obviously Binance, while they push decentralized coins on their platform, most of them, and they have their own decentralized exchange, which is also pretty centralized because they can take it down whenever they want.
Yep.
Ultimately, Binance is a centralized company because it is Binance. Like, they work in their interest, and they will work in the interest of any legislation that they operate in. If the US government says tomorrow, shut down everyone's account, they're going to have to do it because they can't operate in the country without that, because they're centralized. So ultimately, if the group Hamas had their money on Binance in whatever coin, I don't think Binance should have the opportunity to reduce or cut their account. But obviously it's a centralized platform, so that's it would have worked in favor of if it was positive or negative. And because in this case it's political, you have different opinions on it. But ultimately they're a centralized platform. If they wanted to have their wallets or the most of their funds secure, then they'll have it in a decentralized place. They'll have a paper wallet, or they'll have something like a ledger or something. But I feel like if this was if this had a significant impact on their ability to protect the country, I don't know the politics too much. But I feel like then more stringent checks should have been put in place, not keeping your money on an exchange. But I think Binance are in the right to do whatever they feel like because it's their platform. When you sign up to Binance, you click on their terms and conditions, you agree to it, you agree to their privacy policy, you agree to all of their rules. They update them frequently. We all go on our apps, we tick yes, we never read it. we tick yes, we can take all your coins whenever we feel like, yeah, okay. So ultimately, they're just doing what they have the power to do. So I don't really think Binance should be blamed on this. I think they're just working within the realms of their legislation.
Yeah. So I would like to echo your sentiments, Ricardo. I think I absolutely agree with you. I think when you decide to have all your funds or part of your funds abandoned, you should know, you should understand the risk. I think Harris is continuously banging on the risk of having all your funds in one centralized exchange, either as Coinbase or Binance. Even though Binance is still one of the best exchanges in the whole world, I still think they're extremely centralized. And the group hammers having their funds on there for their activities. Hopefully they don't have all of their funds on there, but Binance is just operating their own right. I mean, when you sign up to the platform, you click on the privacy settings and you accept the terms and condition. This is what happened. They have every right to do this, and I'm not surprised they did it because at the end of the day, we are in business to make money. So is Binance. So they're not gonna basically forget about their own bottom line for morals or whether it's right or wrong or whether they should be involved or whatever. So yeah, it's just I don't want to say Binance is wrong or right, but at the same time, I feel like at the end of the day, they're just protecting their own bottom line. Simple as that. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, I think everything you guys are saying is more or less right. Binance is a business at the end of the day, and businesses can only operate if they have money, and to have money, you have to be able to operate. It's not like it's an individual that's coming to them; it's a country, and a powerful one at that. That's backed by America and other people. So if they were to turn their nose at that and reject it, it would probably have some serious consequences. So we can look at it from that perspective, but we can also say, like what I wanted to also think about is, for example, recently there was like allegations against Russell Brand for things to do with like sexual misconduct and whatnot, but they were just simply allegations. And the UK government was going to different platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, and I believe Rumble, and basically telling them that it's not appropriate for him to monetize his content, so stop his monetization effectively. YouTube complied. Rumble basically said, "Fuck you, we're not doing that," because we're not just going to do something on a whim of an allegation, which is kind of like the whole cancel culture thing. So if they can do this to a group, whether you agree with them or not, that's one thing. But then it's like, how does that then play out to individuals who could be you or me? And and it's, oh, we don't like what this person said on Twitter. Let's ban his Binance account. Like, that's the bigger problem that I see.
Yeah, but it's just kind of like obviously I agree with everything you said, Aris, but just what I wanted to echo is Binance never ever claimed they're a decentralized exchange. And correct me if I'm wrong, they never claimed they are, and then there are other platforms you can use that are actually more decentralized exchanges than Binance or Coinbase. So at the end of the day, they're just, like I said, they're just protecting their own bottom line. Like, and they have to, because they don't want to lose market share to Coinbase and further, or to any of the other competitor that they have. So at the end of the day, they're just doing what they have to do, which is comply.
Yeah, I suppose. Anything else to add on that, Rick?
It kind of sounds like what you're saying is that there's a problem with censorship overall. Like, there's a problem.
That's exactly what you're saying.
That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line, in my opinion.
And yeah, I totally agree, but I guess people need to wake up. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but yeah, people need to wake up to the things that they're agreeing to.
Yeah.
And overall, yeah, it's happened to many people. It happened to many more people. And if anyone has anything that somebody doesn't like, or
there's no need to drop names, but it's happened to several other people that are being censored. And then if you're not careful, it could be, you know what I mean? If your activities is not in line with it's just be careful.
Obviously, it's a lot worse when it's like your finances are being cut off. Like,
Yeah, that's the
your Binance account being cut off or your bank account being shut down, which has happened to many people. Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, totally agree. And on in terms of censorship, let's talk about the king of censorship, Mark Zuckerberg. Was was recently speaking to Lex Friedman in an interview regarding Meta's metaverse program. And I don't know if you guys have seen the new images, but the metaverse actually looks pretty good now. I remember when they first launched it, and they were obviously pumping tens of millions of dollars into their metaverse platform, and it just looks like a bad version of The Sims. But now it actually looks pretty good, and it's like realistic, and yeah, I'm pretty impressed. The question is, obviously, in the bull run, due to obviously the excitement with Meta and a few other places coming on board in terms of launching metaverse platforms, it obviously had an effect in terms of the metaverse tokens in crypto. So, with the progress that's being made now, do you think that it's going to have a similar effect or any effect at all?
You want to go, Rick?
Yeah, I go. Okay. I went to Zebu Live last week, which is like a big crypto conference. Loads of speakers, loads of companies, loads of blockchains, loads of layer 1, layer 2. And if I had a pound for every time, actually, if I had an E for every time someone said metaverse on a talk or just in passing conversation, I'd be able to buy the UK. Like, it is pretty much all most people in crypto are talking about. And it's like they're now layering things on. So they're layering like DeFi in the metaverse.
Nice.
Along with, like crypto in the metaverse, obviously cryptocurrency. And then they're leveraging NFTs in the metaverse. And there was a few talks. One talk was talking about, look, and now you can buy Nike shoes in the metaverse for like real money, or like ETH, or like Bitcoin. And it's like it costs more than a real life. It costs more than a real life pair of Nikes. And yeah, I feel like, is it going to be something that can promote the next bull run? I don't know if the next bull run will be pushed off by the metaverse. I feel like while it is coming along and it's looking pretty good, ultimately, like, we need loads of people to be on board.
But not necessarily just pushing. Sorry to cut you off, but not necessarily just pushing the next bull run, but also could it push because obviously the metaverse coins at the moment aren't doing great, but could it like push them forward to new heights?
The crypto market,
not the market, but just the metaverse in general, just the metaverse sector.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. I feel like the metaverse is only going to go up and it's only going to get bigger. And obviously, crypto is like something that's definitely needed inside the metaverse, because obviously, how else would you have? Otherwise, you're just susceptible to like cybercrime a lot easier. Like the whole reason for like DLT, distributed ledger technology, makes total sense in something where everything is virtual and everything is digital. So yeah, I think it would definitely aid in like adoption of the metaverse, and there'll be like a flip side as well. It will only aid crypto having the metaverse grow as this product.
Just to kind of echo some of the sentiment that Ricardo just spoke on, I think in the next bull run, we should definitely be hearing more around the metaverse token. I think in the previous bull run, there was already some rise. I feel like you guys are familiar with a project called Decentraland Mana, which had an explosive gain. I mean, personally, I missed out on the pump. I hope one of you guys caught it. But yeah, I feel like in the previous bull run or the turn bull run, it was already doing pretty well. And obviously, since the bull run has ended, and then there's been a fair bit of more innovation around the metaverse technology. Apple's releasing their own metaverse tech, and so is obviously Mark Zuckerberg. So I think definitely in the next bull run, one of the underlying, obviously in the previous one we went a bit NFT crazy, And as you can see, I'm never really a huge believer in NFT. But I think in terms of tangible product, I think metaverse has the edge over NFT, because with NFT, it's more like a collective items, like having a investing in a paint that's meant to be worth millions down the line. Well, like a metaverse, you can actually have a business there. You can now you see they're layering in other services inside and the metaverse, like DeFi, sci-fi, or whatever. So I think this innovation would definitely have an impact on the metaverse token. Maybe not now, obviously, because we're in the down market, but definitely in the next bull run, we'll definitely hear some of this. I don't think this is the end of the metaverse token. I think this is just the beginning, in my opinion.
Wait, just to add some more on your sentiment though, I feel like because there is a bigger barrier to entry with the metaverse, i.e., you need some equipment, you need the VR lens or the whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like that means that there won't be as significant an impact as like what we had with NFTs, where you can just go and get a wallet, land on some dead website, and then
By farming.
buy a monkey cooker for 10 BTC.
But Rick, just sorry to cut you off. I feel like obviously you have two competitors here. You have Apple, which released their own Google Pro, it's called Apple Pro Vision, which is
Vision Pro,
which is a bit pricey compared to the one that Mark's got. And I feel like the more we see more players, more competitive come to the market, creating product and actual tech you can actually use to enter the metaverse, we'll probably see that barrier start to kind of like chip down a little bit. So yeah, I mean, maybe not in the next 4 years, but the next decade, we could definitely see some massive improvement in the metaverse.
For sure. Yeah, I think that it's an interesting segment. I think the metaverse really follows I forgot the name of it, but essentially the hype cycle. So when it launched, like you couldn't stop hearing about it. Now obviously nobody really cares, but it'll probably come back around. I think it's just waiting for either a killer application or something really to spark it back to relevance. But yeah, as Ricardo was saying, I think a lot of founders are kind of using it as a buzz term to create investment opportunities within VC and whatnot.
Yep.
So, as an investor, you have to kind of do your due diligence to see who's actually a real player and who's just trying to play. So you just have to be aware of what's going on.
I won't be surprised if in the next 5 to 10 years people are getting married inside the metaverse. I mean, that's literally where the world is going. I mean, that's where it's going. I mean, no surprise. Literally, nothing will surprise me anymore.
Bro, people get married on Zoom, bro. Like, come on.
Let's not forget that one too long ago.
Bro, bro, I got invited for a Zoom wedding on last Sunday.
Oh,
wait, what?
I got invited.
In 2023.
Bro, 2023, bro. Like, what? Last week Sunday. What was that?
Yeah.
The 8th of August, the 8th of October. I got invited to a Zoom wedding.
That's wild. That's wild.
I didn't read still, but yeah. It was.
He didn't make it to the Zoom.
If I had the whole headgear and the thing, it would have been a much more immersive experience. I'd have been throwing confetti on, man. You get me? But yeah, it's a real deal.
Say no more.
Yeah, maybe it will happen. It's got a lot of potential, so we'll see what the applications.
But you're definitely right, Iris. I feel like it is missing that killer app. I think that killer app can literally just spark everything. It's like when the inception of mobile app development, once you start getting more cooler apps, people start jumping on smartphones, and then people didn't want to like come over to smartphone side until you start getting like, oh, that app is cool. Yeah, I need that. And then people didn't care about the price of the smartphone. They just closed their eyes and just bought it. So that's what it's missing. I think whoever creates that killer app is going to make a lot of money.
Exactly, for sure. And something else that's interesting that I'll be very interested to hear what you guys think. We've heard for a long time that there's going to be a flipping between Ethereum and Bitcoin. It hasn't happened yet, but is it something that can actually happen, or is this like a pipe dream? obviously ETH has gone through some changes that we discussed in the last show. But for those who don't know, obviously it's now deflationary. A max supply should be coming in soon. So there's definitely changes that are happening, and obviously all the programmable is it's the biggest programmable blockchain out there, and with the most developers there as well.
Yep.
So there's a lot of things happening for ETH, which is pushing it in the right direction. But is it just a pipe dream, or can ETH actually flip Bitcoin? I saw Ricardo's reaction.
The Ethereum enthusiast. Let him jump in.
I am an ETH maximalist, but
Okay.
ETH taking over Bitcoin, in my opinion, and you know what? I hope maybe one day I'm wrong. Is never gonna happen. It will never happen. I just looked at the market cap. I'll jump into the reasons, but I just looked at the market cap and what Ethereum's at 185 billion.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin is at 522 billion. So it's not even like 3x, it's like 2.5 times the amount, right? But here's the thing. Like, as somebody who has been through multiple market cycles, yeah. Like, I remember when Ethereum got hacked, and then we had ETC when the DAO got hacked, and then we had ETC, Ethereum Classic, and Ethereum. Like, that was a madness. The fact that, yeah, we have the Ethereum Foundation, but we have like super large wallet holders of people in the Ethereum Foundation, and Vitalik himself having like a mad amount of ETH. And yeah, I get it would be deflationary, but like those people are known. Like ultimately, and like, you know, worst case scenario, and I hope this never happens. If somebody really wanted to find Vitalik, yeah, like really wanted to, and do some crazy shit with ETH, and potentially like take his entire holding and sell it, like that is something that can happen, and that will definitely affect price action. I just feel like because most of the large wallet holders are known because they made Ethereum, and all those like most of the big wallets are known. I feel like that's a lot easier to target and a lot easier for something to go wrong. So for me, the fact that there's like, I mean, yeah, there's a large amount of whale Bitcoin wallets, but like we still don't even know who Satoshi is ultimately. I feel like it's a lot safer and a lot more decentralized. Also, nothing's ever happened to Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin has never been forked.
You forget about
So we had Bitcoin Cash, which was a fork of Bitcoin, but that was someone taking Bitcoin and saying, "Hey, we're going to do something with it," and that became its own coin.
It wasn't a necessary fork. Like what happened?
It wasn't from the Bitcoin Foundation, because there is no Bitcoin Foundation. It wasn't from like the creators of Bitcoin saying, "Hey, we're going to do this thing, and we require everyone to update, or we require some protocols to change."
I think, yeah.
And that's happened with ETH like a couple of times now. Like it's just as a thing. You know what? I feel like somebody did it correctly, and obviously there's been upgrades to the network. There's been Segwit 2. There's been all of this stuff. Like there's been the Lightning. Yeah, Lightning's been introduced. All of that. But I just feel like as a platform in terms of safety, Bitcoin for me feels more safe than Ethereum. And yeah, I mean, I can see the supply going down.
But
sorry
to cut you off. I just wanted to follow up on something. So
yeah, go for it. There's some lag.
Go on ahead.
No. Finish what you're saying.
I can see the supply going down of ETH, but I just don't see the market cap of ETH beating Bitcoin at any point. And I remember one time in the past, it was like mad close. We're talking like 10 billion difference. Like I was just trying to Google to see when that was, but I can't remember exactly when. But like 10 billion difference, and we thought it was going to be a flip. And I can't remember if it actually flipped, or if I'm thinking about ETH and Ripple. But it was definitely a flip between 1, 2, and 3, or 2 and 3.
Bitcoin hasn't been flipped. It was close, but it hasn't been flipped.
So yeah, Ripple flipped with when Ripple was third. Ripple flipped with ETH at one point, and that was crazy. But yeah, that didn't last for very long. I don't know. I just feel like I believe more in Bitcoin. I'm an ETH maximalist, 100%, but I believe more in Bitcoin as like the most logical source of truth than Ethereum. What do you think?
Yeah, to echo some of your sentiment, I absolutely agree with you, Ricardo. I think, I think about 8 years ago, I think you and I had this argument that is it possible? I think this when ETH was quite cheap, and it's probably when the market cap was quite close. Is it possible that Ethereum could overcome Bitcoin back then, or even now? Back then, there was no Shanghai upgrade that obviously led to deflationary what's called thing inside Ethereum to allow the circular supply to come down. But I just feel like even back then, 8 years ago, before the Shanghai upgrade, I felt like it was almost impossible that it could flip BTC. And I was new in this market, and I could tell that people seem to have a lot of trust in BTC because it seemed to be the go-to like store of value, and then it seemed to be more decentralized. Not because Nakamoto is this anonymous person. I'm currently looking at this. I'm on ICOdrops.com/Ethereum, and I'm looking at the ICO what's called ICO information for Ethereum. There are some whales out there that bought 1 ETH for 31 cents. So, like in terms of just wallet orders, I think on the Bitcoin side, I think it's probably more decentralized than Ethereum. Then you have all these Ethereum Foundation, which can basically enforce decision on ETH, and then we as ETH holders don't really have much say. But some of the decisions they have been making has been great. So fast forward to today. Is it possible now, even after the Shanghai upgrade, that's made Ethereum more deflationary? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I just don't see it happening. And if it does, if it happens, cool. So be it. But I just don't see it. Not because obviously I prefer BTC to ETH. I don't really have any preference at all. Like, you know what I mean? I am an order of both. But at the same time, let's not get it confused. ETH is a programmable blockchain platform. Bitcoin is a store of value. Those two things are definitely they're different. You can't program Bitcoin. There hasn't been anything built on Bitcoin to make it more programmable than Ethereum. Ethereum service it has this role in this market, so does BTC, and their role is different. You know what I mean? You always see wherever the market cycle goes, you always see being led by BTC. BTC will decide where the market goes down or goes up. So I just don't see ETH ever flipping BTC. That's my opinion. What do you think, Iris?
Yeah, I think there was a time where I believed that it was possible for Ethereum to be to flip Bitcoin, but I think as things have played out over the years, I think it's clear to see that Bitcoin is going to be the dominant number one. Even if there's something with better tech, I think it's now more, it's deeper than just the tech. It's more about, belief, trust, and viewing it as like a store of value. I think the programmable side of things is a far bigger use case.
Yeah, it is.
So I think that makes sense. And recently they did make Bitcoin programmable, I believe. I was trying to.
But the thing is, the use case is it's not comparable to what ETH is. ETH.
No. Of course, the amount of developers and whatever else programming on Bitcoin is not comparable. It's not. I'm just making the point that it is actually possible. That they put smart contracts on Bitcoin and stuff like that now. But yeah, I don't think that will happen. The only thing I'll say is that there's a lot of like institutions that whenever you hear them speak and put stuff in the media, they're always talking up ETH. They're always talking up ETH. You don't really hear them talking about Bitcoin, but they're always talking about ETH. And so that's the only thing that makes me say, maybe that's the only kind of way that becomes possible. But apart from that, I don't really hold much hope. Rick, you look like you want to slide in there.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. And obviously there's this whole BlackRock ETF and all the ETFs that people are talking about. And yeah, like most of the some of the exchange traded funds have been like, yeah, we want ETH. But I don't know. I feel like whenever, like if you go to like the Bitcoin, where is it? The Bitcoin obituary, where you can see the amount of times that Bitcoin was claimed as dead.
Yeah.
You never really hear that ETH is being claimed as dead because like it doesn't lead the market.
Thank you.
And obviously it has significant market pull. And maybe people only do that because Bitcoin is number one. But like, yeah, you never really feel like Ethereum is owning the crypto space. Like even with hype coins like Shiba Inu and all of the dead coins like Doge and shit. Like ultimately, you hit that, oh my gosh, Doge, there's so much hype around Doge, but like when you go and ask the random person on the road about cryptocurrency, they're gonna be like, do you know about crypto? They're probably gonna say, oh yeah, like Bitcoin. Or actually, I saw a video of some stupid people saying, yeah, I know Dogecoin, I don't know any of crypto. But like, those are my areas.
So just kind of make one further point, and then I think you guys will agree to this point, right? In terms of inception, BTC came first, correct? And then Ethereum came after. I don't care what order it is. I'm sure there was several shitcoin that came before Ethereum, but Ethereum came after BTC, and then they became 1A, 1B. And obviously, BTC is 1, Ethereum is 2. Who do you think are the biggest holders of Ethereum? Bitcoin maximalist. Because they had Bitcoin, and then when Ethereum was doing ICO, what were they taking? BTC and USD. So if you invested, if Dunning had like, I don't know, 100 BTC and then just fling one BTC in it, then it's got in the Ethereum ICO, you're basically sitting on 115 BTC in return. So if they wanted to, if they were really tired of Ethereum, they could just dump it. So at the end of the day, man, like it's clear that BTC leads the market. Like, you know what I mean? Like without BTC, there wouldn't be an ETH. Let's just be real.
That's true. That is true. I mean, the only reason that it's in existence is because I think Vitalik wanted to introduce some upgrades to Bitcoin, but they didn't want to listen to him effectively. So
he did his own thing, which is great. Now we are here.
Exactly. Speaking of things that are here, there is a new platform in town called Friendtech. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but it's a mobile-only social platform, which is invite-only. And it's got a lot of hype, and it's hard to tell whether, it's going to be one of those things that's a flash in the pan. There's obviously a lot of social platforms which, regardless of whether they're Web 2 or Web 3, that kind of come and go. We've had, Clubhouse, we've had Threads. There's so many things that come, get a big buzz and disappear. You get to see whether this is another one of them. But it is something that a lot of people are talking about. The question is not just about the application, because obviously we like to talk about investments, and part of investments, or the main reason for investments, is making money. And in crypto, obviously there's airdrops. And for a lot of airdrops, you can get rewarded for simply just using the platform. So this could be something that, people can get potentially rewarded with. The only thing is, with a lot of airdrops, they have like a cutoff date for their snapshot. So if you haven't used a product by XYZ time or done certain actions by the time, you're obviously not going to be eligible. Personally, I actually haven't signed up to it just yet. It's something that's been on my to-do list. I'll probably try that this week. But I just want to get your overall view of the hype, potential airdrop, and whether social media and blockchain are even compatible in the first place.
Rick,
you want to take that?
I'll let you go first, Deji.
I can't speak much on Friendtech. I just tried to check it quickly, see where it is, but you seem like you need to kind of sign in before you're even able to see much information. I can't see in the white paper on this thing. I can't see much on Friendtech, whatever. I even checked if there's there's a IEO happened or nothing, which I don't think it is. It seems like it might just be an airdrop thing. But a lot of social media platforms have tried to obviously innovate on blockchain, and then they've failed. And I think the biggest thing about social media is the amount of traffic you can quickly accumulate. Like look at Thread. The reason why Thread was able to succeed is because Elon started obviously like be more strict on Twitter. Force a certain rule, limiting the amount of tweets you can see on a daily basis if you're not verified. And Mark, being a savvy businessman, he obviously preyed on top of that and then just slid in, built his own Thread. And now Thread is not on par with Twitter, but it's doing pretty well. So I haven't seen one social media platform succeed on blockchain because it takes a significant amount of like amount of users to come on board for you to for social media platform to be successful. And then I feel like there's still that initial barrier around crypto or blockchain where like people are like a bit wary, like, oh, it's a scam, oh, I'm not techie, I'm not tech savvy, whatever. And that might be what's like blocking the social media ads to kind of come onto the social media blockchain ones. So is it possible? Maybe one day, but currently I haven't seen any project do it right. And then I'll be interested to see if Friend Tech can do it. But if I'm to guess, the answer is no.
Cool. Good. So my opinion overall is cash grab.
Interesting.
Why? All right. So the first clarifying question: is there a utility for crypto with their platform?
To be honest, I can't answer that question.
Because from what I can see, like you sign up, you link your ETH wallet via X, like when you sign up. But if there is no utility for for coins, any cryptocurrency on the platform, then it kind of feels like one of those companies that are saying, hey, crypto, probably to like try and get some more people on board. I don't know. I'd have to get into the details, but it kind of feels like there's no real utility for a coin on their platform. And I hear what you're saying about the airdrops. And for me, that just kind of feels like this level of scarcity that you want to introduce into a product so that people like front load and come on the product a lot earlier. You can say, hey, we're going to take the snapshot on, Friday the 13th. And, you could get airdrops and you could get all these prizes and all these things. And then it kind of just makes you feel like, oh, I got to do this now. I got to get on this platform. I got to try this out. I got to register with my ETH wallet via X, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's a good tactic to like get people on your platform ASAP. I don't know. It kind of feels like I'd have to use it. I'd have to try it out. But
wait, let me give you more context, Rick. I'm reading this decrypt it's called story on Friend Tech. Apparently, Friend Tech is a decentralized social network. Users can buy and sell keys, previously known as shares, that are linked to Twitter, now X account. These keys offers access to private in-app chat rooms and exclusive content on X users. The platform market itself as the marketplace for your friends. Does that sound like an interesting platform for you?
That sounds dodgy, bro. I don't know where you read that from, but I had keys in there like 3 or 4 times.
I'm surprised.
I'm signing up to a crypto project and I'm hearing keys. Big man, I'm out. I don't know, call me narrow in it, but like that's just how I feel. That sounds suspect. Private chat room, bruv. Sorry, but there's so much private chat rooms out there. Like, I don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying. There's no innovation here. Like just literally just like you said, it could be a money grab because I mean it was first deemed that it might be a failure, then all of a sudden they used that as a market employer, and now 100K strong in users, they raised 25 mil and going. So I mean, like why do you need a token for this? I don't get it. Like, why do you need a token for this? Or why are you even in a blockchain? Like, what's the need for these? Like, keys. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah. What do you think,
Harris? What do you think?
I think it's a bit hard to accurately assess it without using it, but from the information that we've kind of got, I think this is a space that people have been trying to crack for a while, and I've seen a lot of different people attempt it. It doesn't mean that it can't be successful. It just means that A, what is the real utility of having a token? And B, how are you going to, create that network effect, which will onboard new people? And I think it sounds like this partially solving the second one with like the invite only and generating all this hype. Whether it's sustainable, we'll see. But in terms of the utility for buying keys on the platform, which gives you access to private chat rooms, I don't really see the value in that.
Thank you.
Maybe
Thank
maybe
you.
I might change once I use it, but as of now, it doesn't sound like anything like revolutionary. I think if they did something like Brave, whereby you're on the platform, you create content, and you're rewarded for watching ads or something like that, then I'll be like, okay, cool, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like Brave, you use the browser. Brave, you use the browser, and you're rewarding with that. If there was a model similar to that, then I'll be like, okay, you might have something here,
Guys.
But,
again, listen, I have to jump in there. So basically, once in the app, a new user can link their Google and X account and bridge Ether from Arbitrum to a base wallet address. At this point, they're ready to begin buying and selling keys and participate in private chats.
This key stuff is
what's going on?
It's me, man.
I don't know, but there's a lot of hype around it, so I thought it was worth talking about. But yeah, maybe we should play around with it and come back again. And
wait, last thing, guys. Friend earned a reported $1 million in fees equivalent to 5% of the value of each transaction in a single 24-hour period.
So they got volume.
I might invest,
Man's mind changed.
My thing is that what? Nah. But yeah, I'll send you guys this story. It's just it's ridiculous.
That's interesting though. What, 5 million in fees in one day?
No. 1 million in fees in one day, which is equivalent to 5% of the value of each transaction.
Okay, but then how much of that was gas?
Oh, there you go. Let me read this one. That translates to more than 700K in Ether revenue after accounting for gas fees and other costs in just one day. So 300K.
100K in a day. Okay. Well, obviously we're the mugs, innit? Because it sounds stupid to us, but like people are easy.
Bro, listen. Maybe I'm a mug, I'm narrow, but nah, fam. I don't get it. And, bro, I don't want to link my Google account to my Ethereum wallet and then link it to a base wallet. That sounds like you could get fished. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
what are you talking about? Like, that makes no sense. He's telling me to connect my hard wallet to a base wallet. What do you mean?
But you say that, but at the same time, I have MetaMask on my Chrome browser, which is linked to my Google account because that Chrome browser is linked to my email.
Cool. Well, is that MetaMask now linked to your Binance wallet or to your hard wallet or to your Coinbase wallet?
Well, if I send money from this account to Binance or Crypto.com or Coinbase, then ultimately, I mean, there's an association with myself.
Yeah, but you're not forming any kind of bridge that you're not sure of. Like this just sounds fishy, like in my opinion.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
It is an interesting one.
I don't understand what value am I getting in this private chats? Am I getting
100%
signals? Am I getting the next 10x investment, the next 1000x investment? I don't think so.
Maybe it's just being exclusive.
Exclusive, okay.
Maybe it's just exclusivity.
Okay, cool.
What? Nah, I don't know, man. What you're signing your life away for exclusivity?
More way for less.
Miss me with that, man.
People do way more for a lot less. I hear what you're saying for sure. But you see me, yeah, I'm alright, man.
Yeah.
I hear that. But so there was a recent report that said 56% of ERC20 tokens are suspected to be insider trading, and I thought this was a really interesting story.
It is.
A while ago. But nobody really talked about it at the time, so let's shed some light on it. So it was reported by Business Wire that a new study by Solidus Labs did some surveillance and risk monitoring, found that insider trading in crypto is more prevalent than previously reported. and obviously this was their findings. 51 serial insiders have used decentralized exchanges to buy and then sell soon-to-be listed cryptocurrencies on 2 or more occasions, with certain serial insiders trading against more than 25 distinct listings apiece. So it says, of the 234 ERC20 token listing announced by the centralized exchanges examined in the report since January 2021, 131 have shown signs of insider trading or insider activity. In some cases, netting individuals over 200,000 in profits within minutes. What are your thoughts?
How does
Rick?
that work?
What do you mean? Like, how do you become an insider or what?
No. How? All right, let me go through the process I have in my mind. Tell me if I'm wrong or right.
Okay.
You have one crypto.
Yeah.
Let's say it's ETH, or let's say it's ETH.
Yeah.
You create a ERC20 token, and as soon as you go for an ICO, you get some people raising some money on there, but basically you put in a lot of money yourself, and then when that coin gets listed, you take that out. Like what's the actual process of insider trading in this sense?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if they outline it, but if I had to think about it, I would say when you're gonna allocate some tokens for the team, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's those tokens that have already been allocated, and you already know obviously where it's going to be listed.
Okay.
So before the centralized listing, maybe they just dump on the decentralized exchanges.
Like or IOU platforms and stuff like that, yeah.
Maybe, yeah. And then obviously people buy it in the hopes of it going on the centralized exchanges and then trying to
Okay.
there.
A lot of investing
and
companies.
also to give for the context, those tokens that are obviously allocated to the team, they're not what's the word? They're not locked.
Yeah.
You know,
Some of them are. Most of them are, to be fair. Most of them.
but then I feel like these ones that are being done by these insider traders, they're not locked, because I don't think you can sell them because it's not yet. We have to. Yeah.
Most of them say they're locked. They say they're all locked up, but are they really? Okay, so basically what it sounds like is actually these companies are doing rug pulls, which kind of sounds like regular crypto to me. Like dumping a token before the token listed on an exchange, knowing that it's gonna list on an exchange. I mean, what's the actual point though? Like when you really think about it. And if this is 51%, I mean that's like a pretty high number. 56. Then they're basically like, because insider trading is illegal in more regulated spaces. I'm not sure if it's as detectable or as. I mean, it's definitely
I think it's a lot harder to detect insider trading in crypto. If you think about it, they've only just done this report in like 2 years.
I think it's very easy to detect. Like when you think about it, like we're minting. What do you say? You think it is or isn't?
No, I'm saying it's all on the blockchain, so it should be.
Yeah. So
but the name is not attached to this wallet. I mean, I can assume an anonymous identity and then
but the names are attached. The names are attached to the wallets, because if you're creating like a new ERC20 token, like everyone in your team has an ETH address, right? Like you have one, Harris has one, I have one. Like the smart contract transfers money to all three of us. So for you to do that, like you know who those people are. And so when those same wallets are going to like transfer from one wallet to another wallet to another wallet to then send it to a DEX to then sell on the DEX, like if you really wanted to look, like it's pretty easy to find out who's doing insider trading. Like when you really think about it, right? So the question is, do companies know and are not doing anything about it, or is everyone just getting in on this action? Is this just another crypto hype? Are they just like, yeah, well, you know what, it's money and we've had to do all of this stuff beforehand? I don't know. But yeah, I'm not like, it just reflects badly on a company, and also it reflects badly on so many people got burnt in the ICO runs. And yeah, this kind of just leaves a more salty taste in my mouth, because I'm thinking actually 50% of these projects potentially like knew what they were doing. They knew that they were always going to dump on the actual token holders who actually believed in them, who actually put up their own real money or their own real ETH or BTC or whatever. And it just kind of, yeah, how is it any different from you investing in the stock market and everyone's like, yeah, put money in, and then they're literally selling at the same time? It's not very genuine.
Yeah, just kind of echo some of your sentiment. I feel like, first of all, this is how you know we're definitely in a bear market, because these kind of stories are coming out and then they're just not a good look for the industry. That's point one. Point two, I'm not surprised. I mean, when I first got into the space, one of my first ICO was Mana, and then funny enough, right, I literally did not get in last minute of that ICO, did not get in, but I thought, yeah, you know, it is what it is. Move on to other ones. But one thing I've noticed about all ICOs is, on listing, there's an initial dump. And I think that's probably what some of this report is talking to, because if I say, let's know, if we have our own project, say, quote unquote, we wouldn't do this, but let's say we have our own project, and then we know we've spoken to Binance. Binance is very interested. We're gonna get listed. Like, we just need to sort out the negotiations, and it's gonna be good. And you can have other people in our company do it insider trading, because we share this information with them, whether we know it or we don't. That's another discussion. But at the same time, I can see how this is easily achievable in this space. And the reason why people have going away with it is because people usually kind of turn a blind eye, because they're probably already doing their own thing, or they're doing the same thing. So it's not a surprise at all that this is happening in crypto. I mean, like I said, there are Ethereum users that bought Ethereum out 31 cents. They're sitting on a bull of Ethereum. They can do whatever they want. They can jump in and out of ICOs, or jump in and out of investments like that. So I'm not surprised at all that this is happening. And I mean, I think this is and also, if you notice, this report is ERC20 token, which are tokens of Ethereum. This is an further indictment on Ethereum being, it can't be the face of the market. I mean, it can be part of the face of the market, but Ethereum having that ICO will always have that knock-on effect, because it's just not as decentralized as you want it to be. Obviously, now they're making steps towards it, but yeah, we'll see.
I think, just to add some context before you jump in, Harris, to that. So, as somebody who's been through the process of working with a company that's raising from a VC and about to push out a coin, a ERC20 token, and spoken to like loads of different companies that are doing this, like, some VCs invest in you and tell you that when your coin lists, they're going to take back 50% of their share in your company by selling on the exchange when your coin gets listed. Like, that's in term sheets. Like, so I don't know. It feels like, if that's the case, well, it is the case because I've seen it. Companies are just, they're always like shitting on the last person that invests.
Indeed.
And I get it, you know, the VCs are putting more money up. They're saying, listen, we believe in your product way before you have any hype, or way before you have anything. So, yeah. What do you think, Harris?
Yeah, so I think that 56% is a lot. But if it's 56% on Ethereum, and that's, you know, where higher quality products go, I only wonder what it is on like Binance Chain or something like that, where they're generally lower.
You don't want to see that report, bro. You don't want to see that report. You do not want to see. Imagine Solana, bro.
This is the gold standard. I can only imagine.
Oh, that's a lie.
I don't want to talk. If I talk, I'm banned 6 months. But but yeah, it's a bit worrying. But I mean, we all know there's smokes and mirrors in crypto. We all know there's, you know, deals that happen in the back doors. People that get preferential treatment if you're close to certain projects.
Yeah.
Influencers that get, you know, tips about certain things before they launch.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is it. I think that the news itself isn't surprising. For me, the percentage is what's kind of takes me a bit by surprise. The question is, what's going to happen as a result of it? Is it necessary for there to be some sort of regulation, or, you know, should this practice just be called out more, or, you know,
that's where it's going. that's where it's going, isn't it? I mean, I think if you see more and more reports like this come out, let's say similar reports done for Solana, similar reports done for, I don't know, any other of these like a programmable blockchain, I think what it will push for more is more regulation, more regulation, more regulation. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Good point.
So
go on,
yeah,
Rick.
it should be it should be illegal. It's illegal in trading other securities.
Yeah.
It's illegal in it should be illegal.
Yeah.
Insider trading overall should be illegal. Like,
but because this industry is not regulated, if it's not regulated, people can practice this, and earlier on, people can practice it. But until we get that regulation, that I mean, someone being like, another recent example was Sam Friedman. Like, he knew exactly what he was doing, using user funds to fund other projects, and then you feel like, oh, this guy is minted. But little did you know, he's using your money, like literally your funds was being used to procure other projects, which is madness. Madness.
That's your house in the Bahamas for 33 million.
That should be you sitting there.
But it's not. So it's madness, man. It's not shocked at all. Nothing shocking here. It's just that you are right. The percentage is a little high, but if you told me 50%, I'm like, cool. That's just regular in crypto. But 56%, that's a little bit high.
It is indeed. So one of the last stories that we'll cover today is actually interesting because it talks about a project that is a darling amongst most people in crypto, and that's Polygon. So Polygon, a couple of their co-founders have stepped down months after launching an upgrade on their network. And whenever co-founders step down from a project or any business, it's not really a good thing. So what do you think is going to be the impact, if any at all? And what do you think the future is for Polygon? Is it still bright?
Them man there at Matic, they made enough money. They've cancelled, bro. They're gone. They're like, I'm out. Nah. Obviously, yeah, with any co-founders splitting. Yeah, I'm not just worried for them as a platform. And I have no idea how it's going on in the company, but probably not that well. Unless someone did something crazy or stupid, then if co-founders are cutting it, it's just really negative.
We've been to this before. I think recently we had a story about the two co-founders of Gala, how they were bickering, and then obviously one of them's gonna obviously step away or was already stepped away. This has got a different feel to it. Obviously, we don't hear about any bickering internally, but maybe there is bickering, or maybe they just the founders will just have other interests at this point. But like Ricardo said, Matic rebranded from Matic to Polygon, and then now they're a scaling solution for Ethereum. They made their money. It sounds like these guys are just exiting for a better project. So I don't blame them. At the end of the day, it is about your own bottom line, and he's probably doing what's best for himself. So yeah, I have nothing to say on that one. But future on Polygon, I mean, I think Polygon's had its run. I don't expect it to have another historic run again in the next bull run. I mean, there's new scaling solution coming out on Ethereum. There's Arbitrum. There's some other ones as well that I can't off the top of my head. So if you are holding on Polygon and think it's gonna have another rise like it did in the previous bull run, where he had like, I think he almost had like 50x gain or something. Like I'm not sure that's gonna happen again.
I mean, Polygon's still number 13 though.
No, it's number 13. It's number 13, but for how long?
I don't know. The volumes look decent. I think Polygon have like a strong following of people that are just Polygon all the way.
Yeah. One of the good things about Polygon as well is that they're always, I don't know about right now because I haven't been following close attention, but even during the bear market, when it was like in the real midst of it, in the real thick of it, they're always releasing new partnerships. The business development is second to none. They're the best at business development. They're always giving new updates. So unless that changes, I think they've still got a future, even though there's obviously more competition. But just for further context, one of the co-founders, Janti Kenani, something like that, announced on X that he's stepping back from the day-to-day grind in order to pursue new adventures. So that was one of them. And the other one, in March, said that he was departing the company and spinning off the modular blockchain project, Avail. So it seems like these founders maybe their what's it called? Their vesting schedule had to come to an end. They've made a lot of money.
Yep. Exit strategy.
Exit. I don't think it's necessarily exit strategy in the sense of
Rock pool.
Yeah, nothing like that. But more so, we've achieved a lot. New destination, stuff like that. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. It doesn't seem like sinister in any type of way, but it could have a significant impact depending on how integral they are to the team and how they replace them as well.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of leadership, and I mean, like, it will definitely have an impact because when you lose a co-founder, I mean, that's a void that needs to be filled, and there's no guarantee that the next person you bring on is going to be better than the previous co-founders. So, yeah, it's just something to look out for because it doesn't feel like a FUD story to me. Like, Polygon owners should be wary or should be fearful. No, not at all. I mean, like I said, that you guys said Polygon is still strong, and then, like I said, it's still top 14. So, by the end of the day, you guys know this historically when a token makes all-time high in the previous bull market, usually in the next bull run it doesn't quite reach that previous peak. So this story is not a good start for Polygon's next bull run. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think it depends on the quality of the project, but yeah, there's been a lot of projects which haven't surpassed their previous high from the previous bull run. The last one that we had.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're definitely right there. And I think we'll end it there for today. But thanks for listening. Thanks to my co-host, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
See you later.